A few weeks ago, I mentioned how about 1 in 4 of my clients are men, but how well-being for men is still something that's rarely talked about. So today, I just wanted to share a few of the things that some of my male clients say about coming to have therapy with me. So the majority of male clients were first encouraged to visit by their wife. For example, one guy, a bit of an action junkie who's now been visiting for 7 years, said, I originally came to Ange having received a gift voucher, a fabulous life-changing present given by my wife, and more recently an attendee who has been visiting for the last 9 months had this to say: I was a reluctant customer, very reluctant. My partner booked me in for my first session. She promised me that all I needed to do was meet Angie, then she'd stop nagging me over getting treatment. After many grumbles, I agreed to attend, and unfortunately, I hate admitting this, the other half was correct. Guys visit me for various reasons, sharing things like this. I picked up a nasty shoulder injury overdoing it training on the pads. This severely restricted my work as a self-employed landscaper. My GP hadn't been able to help with long waiting times for a physio appointment, and the painkillers weren't helping, so I looked for alternatives and was lucky to find Angela. Another said my first session, due to continued stiffness in my shoulders and headaches, probably was stress related. And then there was this: historically I've had some issues with my back and hip, mostly self-inflicted, through too many thrills, spills and prangs on my varied selection of two-wheeled transportation media. Oh, and yes, through getting older too. So this client is in his 60s, early 60s. And here's what men say about the benefits of having treatment with me. Neil is a 49-year-old landscaper and tree climbing instructor, and he says, I've had really successful treatment on a shoulder injury at Wirral Therapy Services and gone from not sleeping or being able to work to almost full mobility in the space of a few months. I had another guy who came to me for about 5 years who had a serious lower back injury, was encouraged to visit by his wife, and went from a prognosis by the doctor of his back never being good enough to work again, to not only going back to work but doing manual work, also including gardening like Neil, and very rarely suffering twangs from then on when he was visiting. Another client comments, the manner in which the massage attended to my particular areas of concern presented a bespoke treatment that felt so right. Angie's treatments have worked so well for me that I have repeated visits, scheduled happily amongst my other ongoing physical management pursuits to aid my health, flexibility and well-being. And comments like instant relief. And this one, I've been a very happy, far more relaxed, regular client since Angie and the tranquil environment of her treatment room have had a very calming influence. Massage-wise, there's significant reduction of tightness and pain in my neck and shoulders, plus it's exceptionally relaxing, and as an added bonus, the daily headaches that I was experiencing have also reduced. On top of this, I've discovered that I find the sound of Tibetan singing bowls soothing. Why should men miss out on these things? And here's more of what they enjoy and find unique. Every session, she puts me at ease very quickly, always has a friendly, understanding ear to listen to my life issues, great advice regarding my well-being, and is clearly very knowledgeable in many therapy well-being aspects. To my amazement, I've given Kundalini Kriya breathing exercises mixed with a yoga type of thing a go, and I plan on it becoming more regular occasionally to practice this at home. She has really listened to what I had to say and understood my injury and the impact it was having on my life. The great thing about the sessions are that it's a whole body and mind approach, using different techniques to get me relaxed and in a positive frame of mind for healing. Well, that's what I'm all about. I really believe that well-being is in your hands, and you have to believe that it's true to make it happen. A nice setting in a cottage, totally different to going into a clinic or hospital setting with waiting rooms and other patients. I felt instantly welcomed and at ease, and I'm so glad that most of my clients will comment on how welcoming, how warm and cosy the environment is for them. When Angie gets to work on the injured area, she pushes it just enough to make gains, And that's important. You do have to be prepared to go a little bit out of your comfort zone, especially when there's injury involved. Angie presents a very calm environment, easing me into the treatment following a comprehensive interview to ascertain my headspace and body niggles. I found this experience a little alien initially, coming from a more sports cardiovascular intensive training approach, but Angie's personality and always calming influence guides and prepares me. And just some final thoughts. So, if you're like I was and you're a guy reluctant to give massage or alternative therapies a go, despite having aches, pains and stress weighing you down, I'd strongly recommend Angie being your guide into what will be a surprisingly less daunting and far more pleasant experience than you expected. Plus, your muscles will thank you. Angie's sessions feel so good, it's probably best to arrange a lift home and to wrap up warm and comfortable afterwards to keep the vibe upon leaving. So come on, don't be shy, guys. If you could do with some well-deserved self-care or some help healing an injury that just won't budge, then just get in touch and get yourselves booked in. Or ladies, book your men in. They may resist at first, that is usual, but they will thank you for it. And so it's great to hear these testimonials from the benefits that people experience from sessions with me. And I am looking at the moment to introduce a few new clients to Wirral Therapy Services. So just give me a call or send me a text and we can get you booked in.